What up, what up, what up, y'all? This Mike the Philosopher here with another one. This one is Kendra, okay? Haven't seen this before. You know the deal. I'm not going to hold you. Let's go in.
Y'all be showing me the room. I can't pick you. Hello, you ready?
Yeah.
What you eating, girl?
Hello. Oh, you want to see?
Where you at? You wanna? Oh, that look good. What's that?
I'm at the bar at the restaurant.
Oh, you at the bar at the restaurant? Okay. What's your name, girl?
My name is BG.
BG, where you calling us from?
Um, right now I am in Massachusetts, but it's only for work. So, but I'm from Miami.
Where do you live? Miami?
Uh-huh.
What do you do for a living? Is your name
I
BG? What's your name?
My name is BG.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I am a mental health clinician. I'm so sorry. I know you get real. Hold on. Let me fix this before you yell at me, honey. Hold
And
on.
what you were situated. I wasn't complaining.
It was. Oh no! It kept twist. It kept sliding.
Okay, it's good now.
Okay.
What's your job, baby?
I am a mental health clinician.
Mental health clinician. Do you have any children?
Not yet.
Oh, how old are you?
I am 30, 35. Ooh, I had a thing, child.
What's your zodiac?
Yeah, make something up real quick, okay? You don't know how old you are? Yeah, 35. I don't believe that. Anyway, let's go in.
Sign?
I am a Pisces.
Pisces. So we got BG Miami. She's a mental health clinician. 35 Pisces, no kids. Have you ever been married?
Nope.
Nope. All right. What kind of man you looking for, girl?
All right. So I do need your help in trying to figure that part out, right? So I've always seen how you keep it honest when people present unrealistic expectations when it comes to a partner. So I'll tell you
Here we
what I'm
go.
looking for, and then you counter that with if it's superficial, unrealistic, and all that. I do want to hear your opinion.
Well,
Uh,
before I go there, and let me say this: dating is not one size fit all. So before you even tell me what you want, have you ever met the man that you desire to date?
ye-
Did he
yes.
want to date you back?
Ye- yeah,
Then why you not with that man?
because they always have wives or girlfriends.
Well, he's not okay. So, well, you did. I did ask the question: have you met him? Did he want to date you back? So he was in a relationship. So you want that version single? But let's get into it. What kind of man you looking for?
All right, so I do really honestly believe that my man is not in America. I strongly believe that he is.
Okay, I did say that a lot of people matches is probably not in this country. She is sort of confirming that. It just is what it is. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's see where her man is from.
Is in France or somewhere. I love me a French man. I really, really do.
You want a white man?
Child, here come the oh she hates herself comments. Go ahead, flood it. I do like white men. I do like a white French man. I am attracted to that. But is that what I will date only? Absolutely not. As long as you were born with the penis and oh yeah, I gotta say that nowadays, honey. Long
Born
as
with
you
it, not bought it. You want the one that
right,
God gave you, not the one you purchased.
right.
The
Long
one
as
that
you were
the
born
Lord
with
sent you
one,
down here with. Because
right?
penises are on sale, so they be on sale around Valentine's Day.
They
They get two
do.
for one special. That's what they
They
say.
custom make them and everything.
Custom sizes.
Y'all know a little too much about that. Yeah, look, I ain't gonna hold you. That's the real reason why dating is shot. Is because women have such access to toys now that if they got a job and they got their toys, they don't need a man. I think toys for women should be illegal. Okay? No more toys for women. The men let them have the toys. Why? Because it ain't gonna stop no show. It ain't gonna stop no show. But with the women, it stops all kind of shows. But women are still out here pretty bad. You know, they still. I don't know. I don't know. I still think I think they should cut. Look. If your population is starting to decrease, that's something you should be taking a look at. Like, there are other countries that's having problems, just like Japan. Is it Japan or is it China? It's one of them. I think it's Japan. They're having problems with population right now. China lifted the ban on one child, and a lot of them still don't want to get together. Once people get used to a certain type of way of doing things, it's hard to break them out of that. Women get their money and they get their toys and they have their girlfriends for support. That's the trifecta. Career, toys, and their friends. They don't want no kids. They don't want no man. They got the trifecta. Okay, that's the key. A woman always needs a trifecta. Now, before it was the man, it was the child, and it was the friends or the family. That was women trifecta. But they're not checking for that trifecta no more. So you got to take away the Holy Trinity of the career, toys, and friends. Something got to go. Okay, ladies, you decide. Is it gonna be your toys or is it gonna be your careers? Because you're destroying humanity, and I know that's very controversial. Okay, very controversial. But you got to give women a holy trinity. You got to give them a trifecta, a three, and we shouldn't have to, depopulate the earth because we're giving. I don't know. I'll just put it this way. They should start regulating toys. I think they will in the future. I think they should start. I think they will start regulating that. Yeah, for the guys too. Okay, we need to get back to old school courting and old school dating and old school mating and old school families. Okay, all this access to everything is making everybody content to the point where don't nobody want to put in effort to do nothing. We got two ways of doing this. We could either go the route of limiting toys and stuff like that, or we're going to go the route of test tube babies being born in incubators and people forced to genetically mate for procreation. There's only one of two ways we can do this. So, because both can't be sustaining, something got to give is my point. Because it's not sustainable the way it is now. That's all I'm saying. Let's go back in.
There's all that. Shout out to Lily with the plastic wee wee. She said,
Yeah,
y'all
I
have some
love
big
me some
stickers.
Lily.
Lily said she come with 11, 12 superstars. Don't play with it. So, but you don't want no Lily. You want a
No,
girl
I
that
don't
you
want
want a
no
man that was
Lily.
born with it.
Right.
Okay.
So that, but I'll date, any race of a man. I'm Catholic, so it would be lovely for him to be Catholic if he's not, super religious. As long as he doesn't worship the devil, I'm cool with that. No children. Um, Wants to be a father. Someone from a big family because my family is very, very tiny and I'm very family oriented. So someone who's going to love and accept me, because I'm their person's partner, would be lovely. What else? Someone tall. I love a tall man. I love climbing on trees, honey. Yes. Um, but if he's like, 5'9", okay, 5'10", 11, but them sixes, yeah, I like that. In terms of income, I'll say, so last year I visited 4 different countries, and those stays were about 3 weeks long, 3 to 4 weeks each country. So if you can keep up with me doing that, I hope that answers the question in terms of income. And I
I
like to
don't think it
travel.
does. What does that mean? So we have to
No,
have the vacation time and the funds, correct?
right.
3 weeks out of a year?
Three, no. I went to 4 different countries last year. So I'm very flexible. I can travel like that. Um,
Can you do that off of 50K?
no,
Can you do it off of 100K?
no, no.
So we playing this guessing game, but you already know how much money a man got to make
I
that
know
you
how much
desire.
I make. So, if you can meet me in that ballpark,
You
that's
got
not.
it, girlfriend. We taking 10 minutes for you just
I'm
not to say
telling
the
you, we
number.
don't
Just
can't
say the
read your
number.
mind.
So a range. Oh my goodness. At minimum, maybe, I don't know, 250.
That's the minimum.
Yeah.
Okay. 250 is the minimum. So if you made 150K, that wouldn't you couldn't hang with you?
God, you always ask the other girls that too. You know what? Maybe so, but it just depends on what his goals are. Like, are you really so comfortable in 150 that you're not trying to move up more? You get what I'm saying? If you're content with that and you're able to, like, travel with me and take care of yourself, then that's none of my business.
Ladies, can we talk? Can we talk? I'm trying to be sincere. Can we talk? I know I'm not going to change your mind. Okay? But I want to talk about this. Why do you feel like because you make a certain amount, your man has to I don't know. If men thought like women, I swear nobody would get together. Nobody would get together. Women are so hypergamous, and I guess I should be at a point where I just accept it that women are just hypergamous. Let me ask you a different question, and I want a lot of women out there to be honest with me. I want you to take a close look at this woman, okay? Close look,
Um, so yeah.
close look at this woman. I didn't mean to hit it, but close look at this woman. If a man is making $250,000, do you think she is a first round draft pick for that guy? Be honest. If a man is making $250,000, do you think this sister is a first round draft pick? I gotta stress that. I'm not saying she can't hit the lottery. Anybody can hit the lottery, okay? But I'm saying, would she be a first round draft pick? As the late great Whitney Houston would once say, hell to the no. Okay? Hell to the no. If a guy is making a quarter, he is not going to draft a chick, like, especially a brother. And she like Brad already, who Francois, okay, who speak French, Marcel, Jean-Claude, okay. She want a white French guy eating croissants somewhere in France. And even all he's going to do is just bag her like a baguette and send her on her way. I don't understand. I don't think women understand what they be asking for sometimes. It's just not realistic. It's just not. Let me give her some advice right now that's going to be better than anything that's going to come out of Kendra's mouth. I already know. I haven't seen this before. But I can tell you right now, this advice is going to be way better than anything Kendra is ever going to tell her. Ma'am, ease up on the expectations. If you could just get a guy to travel with you, that's all. Like first of all, 4 times a year, that's excessive. That's every season. Why are you traveling so much? Well, because she can. She got it like that. She can travel for anywhere she want in the world. Okay, are you finding Nemo? What are you looking for? Like it gets to a point where you're wasting a lot of money at this point. At least that's how I look at it. You're wasting a lot of money. But let me get back to the main point. Because if she can travel, if she wanted to travel, fine, whatever. But you can't even really have a family if you travel all that time. If you're talking about you need a stable place to. I just don't understand what women be asking for sometimes. Why are you asking for this man to travel with you 4 times a year and to settle down with a family? They contradict each other. Her ideologies are contradicting itself. And if you think a man making $250,000 is going to have you as a first round draft pick, you probably need to be a patient in your own mental clinic. I study mental health, and okay, I'm not only the owner, I'm a client. Now, anyway, ladies, we need to really talk, because I think a lot of women are not very realistic in what they be asking for. And then when you get an F boy, you get surprised. Oh, well, he's this. He making $250,000 and he chose you. You didn't think he was going to smash something else on the side? Like, not only does she want another guy, but she want a guy who is in love with this face. She wants a guy who travels the world with her. She wants a guy who is Caucasian, has a French Francois accent. She wants a guy who wants to settle down, get married, have kids with her. And she wants that guy to make $250,000 and be faithful to her. Can we talk? That's all I'm saying. Can we talk? She's looking for a unicorn that doesn't exist. I'll put it that way. He doesn't exist. He just don't exist. And we have to come to terms with some of the unrealistic expectations that some of you ladies are asking for. Why can't she have that? Because she can't. If she could, she would. She don't. That means something she's asking for or expecting is not easy to get and is not happening. If she wanted a bum on the street, she can get them tomorrow. Same day, she can get them same day. Why? Because they're easy to find. But what she's asking for is not so easy to find. We have to come to terms with these expectations. Your expectations is blocking you from having a man. I'm not saying you shouldn't have expectations, but with every expectation you add, the harder it is to find that man with all. Picture your man at the top of a flight of stairs in Philadelphia. When Rocky went up to the. Picture your man at the top of that flight of stairs. And every step is an expectation. Some of y'all ain't gonna make it. you ain't gonna make it to the top of the stairs. You're just not. And then if you did get to the top of those stairs, that guy ain't gonna be faithful. I'm just saying, reconsider your expectations sometimes, ladies. That's all I'm saying. Let's go in.
I just don't want to take care of no man.
Okay. Listen, I understand that. That's a lot of the sentiments. Shouts out to boss women, because this is what's happening, and you will fall into this category if you're making this or more. Women who make a certain amount of money, you're prone to want a man that makes the same or more, right? So I understand on my logical brain why that desire is there, and I understand the standard for it. Now we have to get into the logical brain of the man that you're asking about. Okay. So a man that makes $250K. So you already said you met a man like this that liked you, but he had a girl or a wife.
Right. I've had that happen to me twice already. Yeah.
So the men that make your income requirements, you have two examples of them having significant others already.
Right.
You're going to have, yeah, that kind of man's going to have vagina attached to him. Let me tell you why. I know a lot of times we spend and we're thinking that the men, and yes, there are men that make that kind of money that pursue it. So that is true. But what we don't talk about is the women that are pursuing them. The women who are on record, because I know y'all think that this 250 attractive male is very common. It's actually not that common. So, and every woman wants that man. So this man understands his quantity options. Not saying quality, but quantity. He got a lot of quantity options. And if he got that kind of money, the money might not matter to him. So he might just want someone to fit within his life. So you got.
I haven't seen this before, obviously. So I'm a bit surprised. Okay, Kendra is kind of giving her some of the advice that I was going to give her. So I take away what I said. Like, Kendra is never going to tell her this. Well, Kendra is telling her that. Okay, shout out to Kendra. Talk to her. That's all I have to say about these expectations. Talk to your fellow brethren, your girlfriends. Okay, I did not expect her to tell her the truth, but she is. So props to her. Let's go.
You got to ask yourself, either A, are you willing to deal with what comes with a man that makes that amount of money? And how long are you willing to wait for that man that makes that kind of money to want you to date you in the way you want to be dated? What if that man never comes? Then what? Are you okay with never having a guy again?
So then when you ask that, what I hear you ask me is, am I okay with dating down?
Oh Lord.
I'm not asking you that. I'm not. You're
Oh. You heard the disgust in her voice when she said dating down. Ma'am, with all due respect, men don't care about your money. They looking at you. Okay? Men don't care about your money. They looking at you. They care about your looks. Dating down? Shh. It's not something you should be saying. I can't stand that term, by the way. Obviously, it's a woman term because men been dating down since time immemorial. If we talking about money, men forever been dating down. We just don't weaponize it. Dating down? What are you talking about? You're a basic looking chick at best. And your money, we don't care about. Even if we got the same amount of money, we really don't care about yours now. We don't mind dating down. But your value is not your money. Your value is your looks and your cooperation. So before you look down on a man who's making less than you, understand where your true value is. It ain't your career. It ain't your money. So all this down shit is for the birds. This is probably why you're single. Okay? Talk to her, Kendra.
You're saying dating down. You cannot date at all because what happens is this. What if the guy who you just described that makes $250K wants, because you want a faithful man? God, my Wi-Fi went out. I'm not. Hello, is your Wi-Fi here?
I hear you. I hear you.
I'm
Can
in
you
an
hear me?
Airbnb. Okay, yeah, I'm in an Airbnb. I'm not home. So let me ask you this. So you said date down. I don't like the word dating down because that's subjective.
Right.
But what if the option that you described never wants to pursue you? Then you have nothing. Are you okay with nothing?
I'm not okay with that because I want to be a wife and I want to be a mom. I really want to
Well, then
build
your
with a man.
only options are the guys that want to date you. And right now, you're telling me you've never had a guy that makes that amount of money that wants to date you in the way you want to be dated. Not saying it ain't gonna never happen, but how long do you wait? How long are you willing to wait to see if it will happen? And then also, let me just jump in here because you said in the beginning you want someone to keep it real. You
Absolutely.
don't really need me to keep it real. Talk to these men. Forget Kendra, because I think y'all be thinking. Talk to the men who make the money that y'all say y'all want, and have conversations with them, and let them tell you what they desire and what's important. You know.
So I will say this: the income range that I mentioned, like I'm around those groups of people all the time. A lot of those men, they become my friend because they've been friend zoned. I'm not really feeling them like
Wait,
that.
who friend zoned them? You friend zoned them, or
I
did they
do.
friend? Well,
With all due respect, what the fuck are you friend zoning guys for? Ma'am, you don't have that luxury. You don't. You think way too highly of yourself. You're basic at best. You don't have a true value of who you are to men. Never mind what you are to yourself. No one cares how you view yourself. See, I'm gonna tell her stuff that Kendra ain't gonna say. Kendra should be telling her Girl, you basic looking. What are you talking about, friend zoning guys? Okay? They don't care about your money. They don't care about your career. They care about how you look, and you look basic as hell. You ain't got the luxury of friend zoning men. That's what Kendra should be telling her, but she ain't gonna tell her that. So I got to do the dirty work. I got to do the dirty work. Friend zone. If you know any of these guys at all and they halfway meet some of your expectations, you don't need to be putting them in the friend zone. You need to straight up consider these guys, considering your beauty value, which, by the way, is below average. Well, it's hovering about average. It's hovering about average at best. Okay, I could do another KS video about an average at best, and she would be atop the list. Okay. She has an inflated image of herself that men don't care about. A lot of women, see, here's the thing. A lot of women will women think they can double dip. And what I mean by that is if they're very cute, they think they can have value with their looks. And if they are highly educated and make money, they think they have value with their money and their education. Both women think that they're the shit. Both women. Okay? The problem is that's not true. Ladies with the education and the money, you don't have the value that the pretty girls do. Okay? And the pretty girls don't have value if they don't have the cooperation. Okay? Men value cooperation first, then looks, then education or money, or I should say money and then education. That's the order. Cooperation, looks, money, education. A lot of men don't care about your education or your money. So it's probably just the first two, cooperation and looks. Because you could be fine as hell. If you ain't got no cooperation, you ain't no good to us. We need cooperation first. So I had to tell her what Kendra is not going to tell her. Woman, you are basic as hell. Calm down with the expectations. And I'm talking about your basic looking. You can't afford to friend zone these guys. If you're in that community, don't friend zone none of these dudes. Let's see if Kendra tell her not to do that.
So you're okay, because I was gonna say being around the men, that to me makes it look worse because you should be able to close the deal. You shouldn't even need me if you're around the men.
I don't really like them like that though. Not
Why
in
do you
terms
friend
of
zone them?
ideology. I don't like their way of thinking when it comes to relationship, and then physicality, really not my type. And I'm trying my best to get over that because the physique shouldn't really matter all that much. Um, but
You think?
honestly, I just feel like if I can't get wet for you, what's the point?
If you can't get wet for him,
What's the point?
okay, BG. Now I feel you, but I feel like you want to have a real talk conversation. Now, what if the guy feels the same way about you?
Talk to her.
What if he's not sexually aroused by you, even
Talk
though you
to
make the
her.
money? Let's say he doesn't find you sexually arousing, and that's why he's not trying to pursue you.
And that's fine, but that's the difference between these gender roles. A woman won't be really sexually attracted to like a man like that, but will still get with him because he has money. Vice versa, they're not going to do that. You get what I'm saying?
Right. So that's the point that you have to understand that the man that makes 250K might just choose a woman who's very attractive to his standards
Talk to
and
her.
falls in line with his life.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, okay. I get, it's obvious I haven't seen this before. Kendra is giving her good advice. This is probably, I got to give it up to Kendra on this one. She is keeping it a buck with this chick. I don't know if it's because it's Kendra's birthday and she's on a new leaf. I think her birthday was a couple days ago or whatever, depending on when this airs. But that's why she's at that Airbnb. She's probably on a birthday weekend. Still working on her birthday. Okay, shout out to Kendra. But she is keeping it 1,000 with this chick right now. So I'm probably more impressed with her on this episode than I have been on others. But let her cook. Let's go back in.
Okay. Yeah.
I would say this. I know you said the word date down earlier. And if that's how you look at it, that's how you look at it. And listen, I say this, dating is not one size fit all, child. You know, the rules are very unique to every individual. But I think if you find a person, I mean, you're obviously financially blessed if you're making 250K in your life, right? If that's your ballpark, you are a part of a small percentage of Americans that I know we think everybody's making that kind of money, but everybody's not making that kind of money. So I always like to use Candy Burris for this example because obviously she's a multi-millionaire. And when she started dating her husband, he was not on her financial bracket. And if you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, her mother was not a fan. Her mother was like, you need to date somebody in your financial bracket. He's just trying to use you. And Candy would say, I always dated men in my financial bracket. They weren't faithful. They didn't want to build the life that I wanted to build. And she ended up getting with a man who wasn't on her financial bracket, but now they have businesses together. They just debuted The Wiz together because her husband was a producer. So she had the funds in order to make them both millionaires. And she just celebrated her 10 years of marriage. So for the last 10 years, she got 2 kids. She's had a life with another human being. And I don't think she would say she dated down. I think she would say she dated up because she found a man to love her in the moments that matter. She found a man that she could share a life with. You women gotta stop saying dating down because he doesn't make your money. Sure, he might be your only dating option. So
Ooh, Kendra is cooking today. This woman is cooking today. Shout out to Kendra. This is probably some of the best advice I've seen on any of these chicks' channel, including Ashley, including Kendra's own channel. She is in rare form today. So I gotta let her continue to cook. Let's go.
so either you gonna date down or you gonna date nothing.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I guess
Talk
I
to
do
her.
need to find that individual that has the mindset that I do that wants to build together. So if we can build together and, if you're making like, I don't know, 100 grand a year and
The fact that you're saying 100 grand like that's low. You know, 100 grand is also a very high amount of money too. Well, okay, let
100,
me say one thing. You're interested in different races though, right?
I am.
Okay, that does change it a little bit for you because now you open up your pool of options. Now, I will say that you open up your pool of options when you open up your race options. So that is you will have more options. I'm thinking this whole time I'm talking to you, black men, black men, black men, black men. But when
Mm-mm.
you are open to all races, you will have more options. But you do still got to decide how long you're willing to wait for that option
Nah, I really want my last name dropped this year. I want my eggs cracked next
this year.
year.
Now, I got
Like,
some questions. Do you want to hear?
absolutely. I can't see them, so yeah.
Okay, I got some paid questions. All right. Coffee Killer said, do you think that your appearance attracts the man you want?
I've never had complaints. Um, if you're attracted to me, you're attracted to me. Now, in terms of what I think of myself, appearance wise, thanks to COVID, I need to drop some pounds, absolutely, but I've never had complaints, honestly. So,
Okay. Miss Whitty Reed said, sister, it sounds like the men you're around are boring. Just get you a Jody girl.
Jody from Baby Boy.
Yes. Um, Here we go. Willie Dickens said, "If you're not paying bills, you can't be dating down." So, would you pay bills in your relationship if you got with a guy that's paid 250K?
Would I pay bills if I got with a man that was
Well,
making?
Willie, I don't get this. If you're not paying bills, you can't be dating down. Well, I think that if she got with a man that made less, that's her point, is that you would have to pay the bills, and I don't think she wants to do that.
Right.
Okay. All right. Bibby Wright said, "You're 35 and implied you might not know what you want. So then why would you ask Kendra for her opinion, then compact her advice and clarifying questions? You wanted her to just agree with your delusion."
If that's what I came across, apologies. That's not, no, that's incorrect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coffee Killer spending a lot of money to talk to you. He said, "What do these women think 100K 6 foot man wants from them in return?"
Again, I did say in the beginning that's what I like. 6 feet. I like him tall, but again, if he's 5'9", I'll take that. At the end of the day, I really just want a man that's gonna love me for me unconditionally and wants to build. Honestly, what?
Well, you're saying he had to make 100K at the door to be qualified to be that man, though.
But
Because you don't
honestly
need
speaking,
100K to be qualified for that character. And I'm not listening. I'm not saying. Listen, I want to be clear because women get so mad because they be like, "Can't you try and make black women date down?" I'm not trying to do that at all. I want everybody to have companionship, but you can't say all that matters is character. But in order for you to be qualified for the character, you have to meet your salary requirement first.
and I understand that, but I can't wrap my mind around dating an individual that makes less than me who's unable to keep up with me financially. That's, again, we already know that that's the number one reason why people divorce anyway, finances.
No, listen, I'm on record agreeing. I told you from the jump. I understand.
Yeah, people divorce due to finances, and here's the reason why. Either the man don't have the money, or because the man don't have more money than his wife. Oftentimes, a couple can get together and marry and be making the same amount of money. But once the wife gets a promotion, guess what happens to her head? It gets filled with helium. And it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until she starts to float away. Her ego becomes so, and then she starts looking at her husband as marrying down, when all she did was get a promotion at her job. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes. So that's the part that, listen, if you go into a marriage, money should be, I'm not saying money is not important, but women worship money more than men do. Okay? Let's just be real. Money is women God. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just saying women will, you know how many decisions women make off of money? If you marry somebody, you marry them with love. Okay? Money shouldn't even be a part of a determining factor of whether or not you should stay in a marriage. It shouldn't. There is only, I don't want to get into a whole thing here, but all I'm going to say is money should never, look, money comes and money goes. Money should never, the only reason why it's part of a big part of divorce is because women make it a big freaking deal. That's why. Okay? It ain't the men saying, "Oh, my woman ain't making enough money for the household. I gotta divorce her." I ain't never heard a man say that. It's only a big deal because women make it a big fucking deal. Yes, and it don't have to be, but women worship money. In God we trust. Okay, on every note, they love it, and ladies, we got our priorities mixed up in the West, especially in the West. I mean, look, money is important in every country, in every city, in every state, in everywhere in the world. I get it. But money is so much on a pedestal in the West, it overrides families. It overrides families and it shouldn't. And that's due in large part to women's obsession and worship of money. It goes to a lot of women's head to the point where they would destroy their family over money. They will delete fetuses over money. They will distort their bodies with BBLs over money. Women will do, they would divorce their husbands over money. They will shame themselves publicly for money. Ladies, y'all need to stop worship. When they say money is the root of all evil, that's what they're talking about. Now, some might say, no, the absence of money is the root of all evil. Well, that too. But nothing scares women more than not having money. In the West, it ain't even the men. It's not having money that scares, or being in some kind of financial situation. Women, y'all got to get better at that. You worship money too much, ladies. And I'm not saying you're not socially engineered to worship money. You are. But you got to snap out of that. You're destroying your communities. You're destroying your families. Some of your babies. Okay? Some of your marriages. Some of your friendships. Some of your own self-worth. Some of your own, image. Some of your own bodies. You're destroying a lot of stuff over money. Money and attention. We got to get back to old-fashioned morals, ethics, scruples. We got to get back to some of that. Because even a basic Keisha can think she is dating down and saying she will divorce a guy practically if the money ain't right. It's laughable and it's sad at the same time. Okay, ladies, y'all gotta stop worshiping money like you do. I'm not saying that men don't have their hustles, but men give everything they earn for the most part to their families. Men are happy to share their money, their wealth, because they're doing it for their loved ones. Women think of I first, me. What satisfies me? That's what how a lot of women think. It ain't family first, it's me first. And then whatever else. And then everybody's going to have to live with the decisions I make. Anyway, let's go in.
The boss woman's logic. And the boss woman's logic is, I make a certain amount of money. I don't want to be the breadwinner in my relationship.
Right, right.
And so I understand the logical brain thought of it. But at the end of the day, the man who makes that money has to be in agreement.
Right.
And if you never find a man in agreement to your logic, what can happen is you will never get your last name dropped and you will never have any children because he didn't meet the salary requirement. And the guy that met the character requirement, let's say if he made 75K, which is not a bad living to some certain people in the world. To you, it might seem impossible, but if you looked at it like a partnership and not just an individual thing, I don't know how much money you make, but if you make 250K and he makes 75K, that's an additional 75K. That could take care of a car note. That could take care of maybe the vacations, or that could take care of a mortgage. I don't know. That's your individual dynamic to figure it out. But I just don't want you to wait your whole entire life for a man who might not ever knock on your door. I'm not saying he's not, but you got to decide, who's knocking at your door. You want the best options of the person that's knocking at your door.
Understood. So I will say this: at the end of the day, even if he does not, from speaking to you, this is what I'm like. I'm changing my mindset, right? Even if he does not, okay. Even if he does not make equal to what I make, I just don't want him to be so insecure that I make more than him.
Listen, I'm on record saying it's a challenge. I don't have. If I had Clay, I would make all the men that these women want. So I'm not here to. I get that too because yes, you can deal with that. You can deal with a man who's not in your financial tax bracket, becoming potentially, insecure. I mean, yes, it's a lot of different factors. I'm not here to tell you that it's gonna be easy. I'm not. But I will say if you base things off of character and maybe looking for our teammates, then you might get to a closing deal faster. But I'm not sure where we're at. Did we do the Kendrick Cam?
Yeah, no, we did not, but I
Let's do the
agree we
Kendrick
can
Cam,
do
girl.
it,
Oh, they telling me
child. Ooh,
Kendrick Cam, Kendrick Cam,
yes,
Kendrick Cam.
child.
They're like Kendrick Cam, Kendrick Cam, Kendrick motherfucking Cam. All right. Okay, you got them hips, girl. You got them hips, girl. Okay. We see you,
So,
BG.
all
So,
right.
BG, when was your last relationship?
Ooh, my last relationship was 2000, 2016. Who's that?
2016.
Yeah.
2016. Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Um, was was it last 2 weeks ago?
2 weeks ago, girl. Did he make 250K?
Oh yeah, he makes more.
Woo!
He makes more.
Yeah. So okay, so he's a guy, but he don't want to commit a relationship. What's the problem?
He has kids.
Wait, that's the requirement? You want a man with no kids?
I I try. No, listen. I don't have kids, so it took me a minute to like understand that there are certain things like he'll like I I can't tell him to like abandon his kids because I need his attention. You get what I'm saying? Like that's
Well, why
crazy.
can't you love on his kids? Like, why can't you become a love? I mean, listen, if you want a man with no kids, but let me ask you this: he makes more than your financial requirement. Does he want to date you?
Yeah.
He wants to be in a committed relationship.
Mhm.
How many kids does he have?
4. I want 4. I mean, he can afford an additional 4, but I'm not there yet. So if it works out great. But
And he's on record saying, "I want you to be my woman. I want to leave every woman just for you."
yeah,
And you're saying,
How many of y'all believe that? Again, shout out to Kendra. This is probably the best advice I've ever seen her give somebody. She's keeping it a thousand right now. When she said, "Oh, you don't want him because he got kids," and then she was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "Oh, here we go again with another expectation." Now the guy can't have kids now. This chick, she destined to be alone. She probably should get a nice. I know a lot of ladies don't like when I say this, but I'm gonna just keep it real. She probably should get a nice dog and just do her thing. Travel with her dog. I know she wants marriage and kids, but she's putting obstacles in her own way. She really is. If she even got a guy, first of all, I don't think the guy is serious about her. I think he just smashing her on a regular. Okay. But say for instance he was serious about her, which I could probably guarantee you he not. If he was serious about her, you mean to tell me you don't want to be with this guy because he got kids? So what? Her expectations are ludicrous, to say the least. Let's go in.
Saying no because he has 4 kids.
Am I being stupid?
Yes.
Well, no, listen, 4 kids. Listen. That would be a lot. This is the thing though. This is what I think I've learned. There's nobody perfect, so you gotta
Right.
figure out what's most important to you. And I'm not gonna tell you to date a man that has 4 kids because I don't think I would date. I mean, I don't know. I don't think I would date a guy with 4 kids. But if it was my only option, if everything else was good and he treated me the way I wanted to be treated, and he had 4 kids, then okay, potentially. But I think the biggest thing is I don't want y'all to think there's no one perfect. Everybody is dealing with something. They got maybe if you get 80% of what you desire, you are a blessed somebody. 100% is hard to find. So I don't know this individual. If the kids are a deal breaker for you, so be it. I'm not going to talk you into that. I got some pay. This guy paid $100 to say something.
But
He paid a
God,
whole $100. What did Judah say? I didn't even read it all. Judah paid $100. What you want to say, Judah? Judah Cypher said, sis, you say you want to date a so-called white French man, but what you think about all those white men killing our sisters? And on top of that, he makes way less, but you still choose him over the brother.
who makes way less?
I think he's implying that the white French man would make way less, but that's not true for you.
No. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. No. Make way less? No. In terms of them killing our sisters, I mean, that's a typical stereotype that people make of white men. Listen, don't put that on me. Ain't no white man gonna kill me, honey. Don't do that. Let's not play like that.
All right, let's keep going. What are your 3 flaws?
Ooh, my 3 flaws. I'm way
Unrealistic.
too patient. I am way too patient. It took me 2 relationships to realize that.
You know, when women start to talk about their flaws in a complimentary way, I just disconnect. I be like, okay, you're living in the world of delusion. Oh, I'm too nice to people. Oh, I'm too trusting of people. Oh, I'm too patient with people. I'm too goody two shoes. Like, stop it. This is when I start to, you lose all credibility with me because it tells me you're living in the matrix. You're in a delusional world. It's a bit of a tell. It's a bit of a indicator that you're delusional. Okay? If I don't get no other clue that you're delusional, I do when this question is asked. Because you start to romanticize yourself and give yourself critiques that are beneficial. Oh, I'm too nice. I'm too trusting. I'm too patient. Then I say, it's official. She a delusional chick. Anyway, let's go back in.
That. I'm way too patient. My other flaw is
Don't compliment yourself. Don't compliment yourself.
what's my other flaw? I'm way too patient. Oh my, I'm gonna say right now, my weight. I do need to be in the gym. I do. I need to drop like maybe what 50 pounds, maybe. I don't know, but I need to get back to my old size. That's a flaw. Um, my third flaw would be I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm a Pisces. Like I live in la la land. I daydream all the time. Like, and the third and the fourth one is I'm way too caring. So those are my flaws.
You can't make this shit up, folks. You cannot make this shit up.
Okay. Ooh, child, you embarking emotions tonight. They got questions.
Go ahead. I
Just
want to
Jay
hear them.
Talking said, "Is the guy you had sex with 2 weeks ago married? If
No,
so,
he's not.
then I can see why money matters because morals are a priority of yours."
He's not married.
He's not a married man.
No.
Okay, he's not married. He's not married. All right. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you, honey?
Um, a man would be lucky to be with me because um mentally I'm stable. I'm very stable mentally. I have plans for our future. I just, I'm a motivator. You, my man, would be the head. I'm the neck. Um, and I'm. What do men who come on here? What do they usually say? They want somebody who is I forgot what they say. Something about being submissive or whatever. So I am submissive to the right individual. I'm caring. I'm loyal. I'm faithful. I'm all those good things. So
Okay. Girl, you want some more questions?
sure, I got time. I got time, honey.
All right. Posh Pearl 23 said, "Ma'am, respectfully, take that man and get out the game. He may be your only option. Trust me, your head is too big. No one can have it all. 80 versus 20."
I hear you. I received that. Thank you.
Okay, you received that. All right, I think Pab Cavalier said, will you date a black man? Sounds like the white man you date only see you as entertainment and or pleasure."
Ain't no white man ever seen me as entertainment and or pleasure. Yes, I do date black men. I just said I'm open to all. I've dated Jamaican black. I've dated an Indian. I've dated a Chinese. I do not again just be born with a penis.
Be born with be born with the penis. All right, let's do it, honey. Thank you for being a good sport. Why how could the guy reach out to you?
I guess Instagram would be the
And there you have it from her. BG is in the building. Cash Money Records. Okay. She want that cash money. BG. Look, she was a good sport about the whole thing and the question, so I do give her a couple points back for that. She didn't seem to get she don't seem to be quick to anger, which is a plus, or necessarily defensive. She said she received that. She kind of listened to Kendrick. So Kendrick, that y'all heard that Kendrick, that Kendrick and that Drake beef is on my mind. I mean Kendra, okay. If she listening to Kendrick, boy, it's heavy. But she did listen to Kendra, and she does seem to. She says she's submissive. She says she's cooperative. She could be submissive to the right guy. And she seems like a good listener. I guess her profession is mental health or whatever, so she's probably trained and programmed to listen. So, I'll give her that. So her cooperation is probably higher than I normally would have thought it would be. I still think she's delusional. Okay, she gave me one realistic flaw, and she gave me like 3 delusional flaws. Okay, I still think she's delusional, but you could probably work with her, but her expectations is still up too high, and whoever smashed her a couple weeks ago is probably going to be her best bet, and to stick with that guy. Never mind the fact that he got 4 kids. If he's willing to build a future with you, you should rock out with him. Only problem is, personally, I don't think the guys want to rock out with you. I think he want to smash and dash and have some fun. He ain't got no urgency to have no more kids. He just don't. Don't matter if he making the money or not. He probably ain't got the urgency to have some more kids. So there you have it with this chick, man. Shout out to Kendra. Kept it 1,000 on this interview. First time I seen her really go in deep and really help somebody out with her advice. So shout out to Kendra on this one. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I really would like to know. Hit the like, share, and subscribe. I really would appreciate that. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace. The Cook, let's go.
So either you going to date down or you going to date nothing.
You're right. You're absolutely right. I
Talk
guess I
to
do
her.
need to